Hey everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Today we are in the Dry Fire Dojo. I know there's a little bit of backlighting here. We're doing the best we can, but I'm here with ASP Instructor Certification Program Director Samuel, also the owner of Red Hawk Firearms. And we're gonna shoot the standards of today's narrated video and see how we do.
New Bold Targets is now Throom. Throom targets are lightweight, weatherproof, take thousands of rounds of shooting and make shooting fun. Pick up a set for your next range trip.
So, Samuel, this is one of the things I love to do is use the narrated videos to say, can I do that? Can I hit those standards? And I think that for a lot of people, if you don't do that, well, how do you know if you'll be good enough on that day?
This is the essence of evidence-based training.
I think this is why we do it, and it's fun. So we are here in my Dry Fire Dojo here at Casa de ASP, and we are teched out today because we don't have a bajillion dollars worth of ammo.
Right.
And so I'm struggling to find ammo like everybody else is. So today we are going to do that standard. Now, if you watch the video from the main, right, from today's main narrated video, you saw a young man, 19 years old, dude comes up, armed robbery, and points a gun at two women in his car. He grabs an AR-15 pistol out from the passenger seat. Interesting choice.
As one does.
As one does. Then decides not to just shoot the guy on the other side of the car, but to strafe around the back of the car. And then from a distance that I estimated was somewhere around 5 to 6 yards, he took 2 shots at the guy. The first one missed and hit the A-pillar, so he missed him high and left. Second one went high and right on the first one, low and left on the second one, which hit the guy in the leg. They had then a pretty protracted gunfight. Thankfully, our good guy ended up prevailing. They caught the bad guy, and there's a bunch of lessons there. Go watch that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about the shooting standards here. So we have this set up in our Dry Fire Dojo, and I have that with several. Number one, I am using my Lone Star Armory TX-15 carbine, right? You guys know I love this rifle. Super high quality. I've probably put 15,000 or 20,000 dry presses through this in the last couple of months, and the reason I'm able to do that so much is because it has a Mantis Blackbeard in it.
Yes.
I freaking love my Blackbeard. So this is my sights, my trigger, my safety lever, my buttstock position, everything, my light setup, all that stuff, my gun. But the cool part of this, again, if you haven't seen the Blackbeard, is it's a complete bolt replacement and a battery, and you can even see back here that it doesn't have, you can tell it's not a real gun anymore. So then that way what happens is it resets the trigger for me. It also throws a laser out, so I can kind of see here that it puts a laser beam on my target, which is super helpful because the next thing that we're using after our Lone Star TX-15, our Mantis Blackbeard, is we're using the Mantis Laser Academy. Why? Because it's cool, and having accuracy standards is important, and knowing what you're gonna hit. I had some people say, well, but John, are you really gonna use your sights at that kind of distance with a rifle? Well, he didn't, and he missed.
And it showed.
And it showed, so, use that. Now, I am using, this has got a Schmidt Bender 1.5 to 8 short dot that I have set to 1.5. And I know people are gonna say, but John, that's not nearly as fast or as right as a red dot on a rifle. We've had that discussion elsewhere. I don't care for now. Okay, you do you, and there's no problem with a red dot. I'm totally down with a red dot. Red dot the heck out of your defensive carbine, okay? I'm gonna use mine because this is what I will use to defend my life, my family, my homestead on my worst day. So since this is what I'm gonna use on that day, that's what I'm gonna shoot it with. Fair? And for our part-time, we're gonna bust out our range tech. Woohoo! Because why not, right? So we are all teched out today, but that means we won't spend any money on ammo. Here's the biggest shooting standard. The standard is, dude took a big hard step to the left and then took 2 shots at a human-sized target. We're gonna use an IDPA target behind me in 1/3 scale in 2 seconds. And in that 2 seconds, he had to get a good hard step. He had to get 2 hits. He missed them. That's a bad day.
It's a horrible day.
And so we're going to try that, and then I'm gonna talk just a little bit about, we have a big full-size target here. The one downside, the one thing you have to be able to control for in using these 1/3 size targets is, again, this Blackbeard shoots a laser beam, but the offset being what it is on third targets is gonna look a lot more than it would on a regular size target, and I'll show you what that looks like too.
Before you get into the shooting, just real quick, if you're looking at this thinking, okay, Blackbeard, Mantis, we're not using ammo, so this isn't real training, Just think about this for a moment. Your ammo has no skill, your ammo has no memory, and your ammo can't learn anything, but you can. And so if you need to learn stuff, this is a phenomenal way to train to realistic standards from this video.
I think this is why we do what we do. This is what evidence-based is. This is what somebody really had to deal with in real life.
Absolutely.
Let's be competent and confident at that task and be really good at it. And then if God forbid it's ever our turn, then we have reps, at least that. So I'll go first. Sam, you want to run the timer for me?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
And again, because we're using the Dry Fire Dojo and the 1/3 scale targets, 1 foot equals 1 yard.
1 foot is 1 yard. So
so-
right now I'm a little far.
Yeah.
I'm like 7.5, 8 yards equivalent.
And so if you're brand new to the Dry Fire Dojo and videos like this where John explains this, just know 1 foot equals 1 yard, and that's why we can be so close to the target, which is also why this is a great idea for you to use in your home.
Yeah, very cool. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take a big hard step, and then I'm gonna get 2 shots in 2 seconds. Let's do it.
I'm going to give you shooter ready and then beep.
Okay,
Shooter ready.
ready? All right, I got 2 good hits. You can see right here, I got 2 low in the A zone hits there, and both of those were under our par time of 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
All the range tech's doing is giving me a start and a stop. All right, cool. Let's try it again. See if I can get a couple more. See if I can get those A zone up a little bit. I know everybody's gonna go, yeah, they were A zones, but they weren't like high A zones. They're like low A zones, John, and I want high A zones.
Right.
A is A,
Right.
but let's try it again. I'm gonna
All
see.
right.
Let's see how many I can get under 2 seconds. All right.
Again, I'm going to give you shooter ready and then beep.
Okay.
Shooter ready.
Ready. Okay, 3 shots there. First one was a little bit high left. You can see that here. So I was high left in the Charlie there, but put second and third shot right on him real easy. One more try for me. Big hard step and as many shots as I can get before the beep.
Shooter ready.
Ready. So I got 5 shots there. One of them just kind of a borderline Charlie there. It was a Charlie for sure. But I got a whole bunch of shots right up in the middle of him. So what did I do there? Guys, it was real simple. I took a big hard step to the left, brought the rifle up, put the sights in an acceptable place and started pressing the trigger. As I brought the rifle up, you notice safety came off as I brought the rifle up. Why? Because on the sights, off the safety, off the sights, on the safety. That's how we work a safety. That's why we have a safety on an AR pattern rifle. Sam, you want to give it a try?
Well, let's talk about real quick. What do you learn from this? What John had to do was, number 1, move. Number 2, he had to manipulate things. Number 3, he had to see. And number 4, he had to respond once you saw. This is the beauty of Dry Fire Dojo, because all of the work that we sometimes skip out on with live ammo, where we're just seeing if we can hit the thing.
We can make pokey holes in paper.
Oh man, this gives us freedom in a dry fire space to do all the things that a lot of rifle shooters skip out on, assuming that they're going to be ready to use one of these things to defend themselves.
So, again, I will say, on that day, this will be the rifle that I use to defend myself. I love my Lone Star Armory TX-15. I freaking love this. Now, you might say, this isn't a pistol, this is a rifle. You're right, it is. I don't own an AR-15 pistol, quite frankly, so because I don't have one set up in a pistol configuration, I'm gonna run the gun that I actually would have on that day, and that would be this one. I love the fact I get to run my sighting system, I get to run my trigger, I get to feel the weight of my gun, and the Blackbeard lets me just run this again and again and again and again and again. I get so many trigger presses on this. Every time I reset the battery on this, I've charged the battery a couple times, it gets 6,000 or 7,000 trigger presses per battery charge, and then charges in a couple hours and rocks some more. So I freaking love this thing. This is pretty awesome. Now,
Absolutely.
I will tell you this. I want to show you this now. If I aim for the head box here at 5 or 6 yards, if I aim for the head box right now, and I'm aiming for the middle of the head circle right now, and I press the trigger, you notice, you go, John, that gave you a hit right in the middle of the A zone. And you know why it did? Well, there's about 3 inches between them. Well, guess how much offset I have between the center of my optic and the center of my barrel. This is a 1.93 mount, so that's 1.93 inches over the top of the rail, and the rail is another inch from the barrel. So guess what? I got about 3 inches of offset here, which doesn't bother me. I just know that, so I'm aiming headshots and getting shots in the A zone, and that doesn't bug me a bit. Now, if I was using a big target, like if I had this big full-size target, and I decided to use that, now I don't really worry about it. I'm in the A zone, and in the A zone. But of course, now I'd have to move back a little further to get the same distance
Sure.
effects. and my Laser Academy needs the little goo gauze in order to see what target it is. So I like this, and the other part of that is I don't think a lot of people have a room that's, you know, maybe 30 feet long to practice some of these.
I don't.
Whereas everybody's got a room that's 7, 8, 9 feet long.
Absolutely.
Easy day. Want to do it?
Sure.
Here we go. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by. Okay, we definitely got a minimum one hit before that went down. Let me reset your target so that way we can see yours. Stop. Great. X that out. Clear. Start. All right, here we go. Again. Ready?
Ready.
Stand by. Yeah, I will say 3 hits before the 2-second beep happened, and that's using a gun you've never used before.
This is not my gun, and I don't see through scopes like this very well because of my trifocals. And so this is a spicy challenge, but it's a lot of fun.
And you're getting it.
And again, another reason why dry fire is so critical.
So critical. So, guys, is this a doable thing? We could go take this to the live fire range and do the same thing, right? Set up at 5, 6, 7 yards, do some up drills, do some movement drills, do some of that stuff. But quite frankly, this is why I love the dry fire dojo. This is why I love this place, because yes, does this cost a little bit of money? Yeah, don't ask me how much the TX-15 costs set up this way, okay? It's a bougie rifle. I know it's a bougie rifle, all right? So don't give me crap about that. Blackbeard, I think it's $299 set up that way. Guys, that's half a case of AR ammo right now, and that'll pay for itself in a minute. Your Laser Academy, I mean, download the app for nothing, and then all the apps in it I think are $50. And then you've got everything there. If you buy their system with the laser cap in it is another, I think, $50. So you got $100 in that. And again, $100 right now, that's like 4 boxes of ammo.
You can also choose to download one drill at a time.
Yeah, for like $5.
For $5.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's super worthwhile. I think this kind of stuff makes you better. And obviously, I mean, guys, again, it's January. Everywhere in the world's going back into lockdowns right now. You know, the coronavirus numbers are increasing like crazy. I could do all this practice and all this work, not leave my house, not worry about that junk, not spend no money on ammo.
Right.
I love it. So, hey, do me a favor. Here's the thing. Before you say that I'm stupid, we suck, and all that stuff, make sure that yours is on video, okay?
Rock
Samuel,
on.
good job, brother.